This is a technique for creating an Argyle style pattern on a field of 2-row garter stripes. It's actually much simpler to create than it looks. It's similar to slipped stitch color work in that you're only ever working with one color at a time. This version involves a 12-stitch repeat, but the basic stitch technique is the same for any version. You're working on a base of 2-row garter stripes. So for this row, I'm using my main color, this light purple. So you're going to knit up to the point where your instructions call for a left-leaning stitch. To make the left-leaning stitch, with your right needle, reach down to the last stripe of the same color. Pick up the bottom loop of the stitch that is half a stitch to the right of the next stitch on the left needle. So this is the stitch below, and then this is the bottom loop to the right. So we're looking for this loop right here. You're going to place the loop on your right needle, knit the next stitch, then pass the loop over the stitch you just knit. So the loop is on my right needle, knit the next stitch, and pass the loop over. And that creates your left-leaning stitch. Keep knitting until you get to the point where the instructions call for a right-leaning stitch. To make the right-leaning stitch, with your right needle, reach down to the last stripe of the same color. Pick up the bottom loop of the stitch that is half a stitch to the left of the next stitch on the left needle. So this loop here. You'll place the loop on your right needle, knit the next stitch, then pass the loop over the stitch you just knit. And that creates your right-leaning stitch. You can create different versions of the Argyle Stripe pattern by changing the spacing between the lifted stitches, which alters the width of the Argyle Diamond. If you enjoy this stitch technique, you can play around with it and make it your own.